Good morning and happy Sunday. This is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you with my weekly update. And first of all, I want to thank all the people that caught last week's message. I was actually blown away. I was over 600 views. So obviously whatever I said last week must have spoken to a lot of people. So on that theme of my weekly posts, usually I come on here once a week, give you an update on anything that's happened to me, talk about the theme for next week, and any messages or things I've got. So earlier this week, I think somebody during St. Patrick's Day had posted a photo of a dragon with a beard, a human beard, with his dragon rider, is what I'm going to call him. And apparently they'd been together for half a decade, it said. And at the time it didn't register, but half a decade is 50 years. And then for some reason, I kept getting sort of like nudges. I called them sublime messages, but I was getting that this dragon wanted to speak with me. And I can't remember the Irish name, but they kept saying, look up what our Irish names mean. And it's actually, the dragon is Henry and the rider is Sean. And that made sense to me because going back several years, when I first started encountering dragons and on my journey, one of the first dragons that came to me was actually, he said it was Henri, but Henry, just the French name. And this dragon, when I eventually clicked, or somebody pointed out to me why I was going to, because I said it felt like a Merlin type energy. And as you can see, Merlin is right behind me. He's my, now just hang on a moment. A slight pause there when I dropped all my cards on the floor. I was holding them here and then they all fell on the floor. So so Henry has actually stepped forward to connect with me right now, because he is, not only has he been with Sean for 50 years, but what he's telling me is he's not just 50 years old. He is one of the ancient dragons that have also been showing themselves to me. And I've talked a little bit about how I discovered probably a month or two ago, I was on a journey with Kelly Springer, who is my friend, who is also going to be my co-host for Dragon Thunder this year, and we're venturing on a podcast together. I took her first class, Temples of Light, and on one of my first few journeys to the temples, I was clearly told, and I'd never heard this term before, but I was clearly told that I was an ancient. And then I started getting messages from the ancients, and these are entities and all sorts of things long before planet Earth was here. We go back into the star systems, planets, all of that. And I've been told that I'm waking up to those memories. I have some galactic memories, but now I'm waking up to life before Earth and bringing through those messages. And Henry tells me he's one of those dragons that's actually going to work with me on that. So stay tuned for more on that. I posted on my private Facebook page the photograph of Henry, and I said that I know there's more messages. He's told me there is. So the Merlin energy that I felt, as you know, Merlin has been my guide for 30 years. He's saying that because he's the connector, that he brought us together, and we're going to be doing some work around these ancients, people waking up to ancient memories, people remembering their gifts, waking up to maybe where we've lived before Earth. And as you know, as souls, we have that we can be, and we chose to come to planet Earth for those lessons that we felt we needed to learn. I'm feeling, I've said this before, I've said for many years that this is my last incarnation on Earth. I'm done coming back to Earth. I've completed a lot of my mission, and it's now time for me to move, for my soul to move somewhere else. So I've had that confirmed several times that indeed this is my last incarnation here. So more to come on all of that. But so when I first sat down, as I always do, to think, what deck am I going to use? Where's the message come from? I actually pulled from the Dragon Riders Oracle. I thought I was going to use that, and Mother Earth appeared. So I was like, Mother Earth and Vita. So the message is, all things are interconnected. Feel the deep peace and sense of connection that results from this knowledge. So just what I said. So I love these, as I always say, there's no coincidences. And, there's Earth, and there's the dragon, and we're all interconnected. And then I went on to, then I was definitely drawn to the Starseed Oracle deck, and they're always perfect. But the first card that I pulled for today was Messenger. So, along with the theme of Mother Earth again, Mother Gaia, and Messenger, this is Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. So we've got to bring ourselves into balance so that we can ground ourselves. And you've heard me say this probably most weeks about how important it is to be grounded in Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, because when we ground, we not only give her our love, we also firmly ground ourselves in her, so we're anchored, and she can feel our hearts and we can feel her heart. So it's a way to also reach higher dimensions. When I asked several years ago, why was it so easy for me to channel and to get these messages, I was told because of my practice, of my daily practice of grounding, it was that reason, that the deeper I could ground myself, the higher the vibration that I could connect to. So if you're struggling with making that connection, or you feel like you are a channel, or you're getting something but you want to get more, go deeper into Mother Gaia. I always visualize my roots going deep down until I feel they're deep enough. Find a rock to wrap them around, and then bring that Mother Gaia energy up into you. And then I align my chakras and connect myself to a higher source. Sometimes I know who it is, sometimes I don't. And then when you've made that Mother Earth connection, it connects right the way through us. So one of my tips, I often talk about it. So remember to ground. And I think a lot of us, often when I talk about it, people that have been doing this for years always say, that's the one thing I forget to do. So grounding is really important, and also protecting. I think when we are not sure what frequencies and energies we are connecting with, doing a prayer of protection or just asking your dragons to protect you, that's usually what I do, especially when I get in the car to drive on the highway. I can't tell you the number of misses that, I'm talking about like inches of somebody driving into me, and I feel the dragons around me. So it's always whatever, or it doesn't have to be dragons. It can be your angels, your archangels, it can be anybody, but ask them to protect you. I used to know somebody years ago who practiced Reiki, and she would always say, I'm Reikiing the car, I'm Reikiing the airplane I'm going in, I'm Reikiing in the airport. Same thing, just send energy to it. So the others, these cards are beautiful. Your life is a canvas. You're not for everyone. I think those of us that do this work know that. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. And I've used that term quite a bit about our true north. I met somebody years ago who, in my other job, we used to talk about families being the true north and bringing ourselves to the true north. So it's something we've known for a long time in many different parts of our life, that we've got to bring ourselves into alignment, true north. And this one I like, star ancestors. So just like I was saying, this week, I think we're going to be connecting more with our star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. I definitely hear a lot of the time, go deeper, ground yourself, go deeper. So I guess my tip for this week is to think a little bit more about grounding yourself, feeling more present in your body. We've just come out of the Pisces month or whatever. And that, as I said, I'm a Pisces, so I know when we're in that energy. I know there's a lot of very strange energy around, and other people have been feeling this, sort of almost like a disconnect type thing, or that you're tired. A lot of people since the spring equinox have been talking about extreme tiredness, a bit fuzzy. So again, listen to your body. I did yesterday. I didn't. I looked at social media, but I didn't do anything else. Sometimes we need to switch off our brain. And also I would say, remember, the other thing that has come to me this week is about our intuition and that gut reaction. I've had a couple of instances this past week where my gut was screaming at me, like, no, that's not a good idea. No, don't do that. And I think I mentioned this a bit last week as well, that I am very good at doing what I think I should do rather than listening to what my body or my gut's saying. So I don't think we can say this enough, but remember, when your gut is telling you it's not a good idea, listen to it. I listened, and I can say that for somebody who is usually a people pleaser, I was very proud of myself that I stood my ground, and everybody understood. There I was worrying that people would not understand why I was saying it was not a good idea for me. Everybody understood. So I think we have to go back. For me, it's teaching me that I have to trust myself. I've always trusted what other people have said. I now have to trust me. I'm great at preaching. I can talk about this and tell people what they should and shouldn't do. I'm not very good at taking my own advice. So at last I'm taking my own advice, and I'm listening to my body. I'm listening to, and even if and I'm listening to the good stuff as well. If my gut's saying this is a good idea, then go and do it. But sometimes it's worth checking in with your body as to, is this a good thing, or is it just, sometimes it's just we don't want to do it, right? Because then our body's like, no, I don't want to do it. And that's okay as well. So I think less pressure on ourselves and more about what feels right for us. So I hope that, the last thing I was going to say was I got a very cold spell here. We had snow yesterday. We got a very strange storm. And when I was out walking the dog, I saw, again, a lot more storm dragons. They were actually coming back from the storm. And they often, I think I've said before, I live on a very high point in the town I live in. So sometimes I feel like I'm in the clouds. Lots of storm dragons coming back again from the storm. But I saw some baby dragons. Well, not so much baby, but smaller dragons also were going more towards the west. I'm not sure what that, I think this is what I'm being told. This is the tail end of this huge amount of dragons that were coming in from our past, present, and future. They were coming in to help us right now. And some of them were very old, as I said, very old, ancient, very knowledgeable, but also young, very young. So some baby dragons are coming as well to learn the ropes, I'm being told. But be on the lookout for those very bright, vibrant dragons. Lots of energy, very loving. They said we're going to see them. We're going to see their colours long before we hear them. So, those rainbows that suddenly appear in the clouds, or the ones that don't touch the ground, and in some of these other cloud formations. So my voice is going, so I guess it's time for me to end. So again, thank you for catching this. Please connect with me if you have questions, comments, please let me know if you enjoy these. And I will try and get on during the week. Sometimes my week can be a little bit chaotic. But if anything comes to me this week, I will jump on with a quick update of anything. So have a good week, and I'll connect with you later on.